What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You guys know the two hosts up here. We will be with you guys Monday through Friday every single week. I am Alpha Dog Bets, and we have JD from Line Movers. JD, we have another beautiful baseball slate. I believe you swept yet again. I think that's 3 straight best bet sweeps for you. How are you today?
Great, man. Just like you said, hit actually yesterday's best bets. I think that's 3 shows in an actual row now. As far as the full cards have been going great. Over the past week, I think I'm 32-16.
Jeez.
A lot of actually just things are going very well.
We love that. And JD, I feel like we have this conversation every single morning. I won again yesterday. I had a 3-2 day, was a little disappointed that the Yankees bats still haven't started from last night as they didn't get any runs. But overall, another positive day for me, so I cannot complain too much. We have a great 5-game slate today, and we have some day baseball. We made sure we included at least one day baseball game so we can get you guys some early action. And JD, that game starts in just over a half hour. Are you ready to dive in?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it, brother. We have the Marlins who are taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Shout out to our resident Thursday host with us, Jammer Betts, who's our Pittsburgh guy. Today, pitching for the Marlins is Jonathan Bermudez. Bermudez is 0-0 with a 5.79 ERA. On the other side for the Pirates, we have Bailey Falter. Falter's coming in 7-7 with a 4.45 ERA. Line is favoring the Pirates here. These are 2 of the worst teams in baseball, in my opinion, but it's an early day and a pretty somewhat good game where you can find some advantages. JD, I'll start with you. Any action from you?
This is a pretty interesting game. Just for the fact that as far as actually trends go, I actually don't have a play, but for some afternoon, just actually like to have something going on. The over has hit in the Pirates 14 out of their last 18 home games. So that's a pretty strong trend there. And then the Marlins are actually 4-1 to the over in their last 5. And the model has this at 8.7 runs. So I'm not really seeing a big edge there. But if you can get this at actually 8.5, which it's actually moved up to 9 at actually a lot of books now, but you can still get an 8.5 at a couple books. I actually don't mind a small play there.
I also have the over 8.5 here, which you are right. The line is steaming towards the over. So if you guys do like that, get it now. FanDuel has the line up to 9, but a lot of other books still have it at the 8.5. If it is at the 9, it is juiced on the under. So you can see there's still a little variance there. When you take it how these teams have done recently, yesterday, the Marlins Pirates game had 10 runs. On the other side, the Pirates' most recent games, a lot of them have gone over. Yesterday's game obviously went over. And then in the Washington Nationals series, the last game of the series had 10 runs. The game before that had 14 runs. So they are seeing a lot of runs in their games. And I do believe we say that a lot about this team with the Marlins because they traded their entire bullpen. It's tough to keep teams off the scoreboard when you let go of all your top relievers. This is a team that's not looking to win ball games this year. They loaded up on prospects. They have a lot of picks in the next couple of years. So they are trying to get ready to retool this team and revamp. So right now they are a pretty depleted roster. I do think that this one may stay low for the first couple innings. First 2-3 may even remain scoreless, but the later we get into this ball game, I do think we will see more and more runs start piling up on both sides. Neither team really has a good bullpen. I know we spoke about the Marlins bullpen, but the Pirates bullpen, half the games, Rowdy Tellez, the first baseman's been pitching, and that's a big new thing for them.
Yeah, they're very bad. So
yeah, it's 2 teams that have absolutely no bullpens. One team continuously is using field players because their games have been so out of reach. Let's see a lot of runs here. The game starts in about 30 minutes. So if you agree with us, lock it in, and let's start off with a winner. JD, let's move on to the second game that we have on the slate. We have the Braves, who are taking on the Nationals. The game is in Washington. Pitching for the Braves, our friend Max Fried coming in 9-8 with a 3.3 ERA. JD, I like to look at these when we look at teams' pitchers, specifically their win-loss record compared to their ERA. Why are the Braves not hitting for this guy? Fried's been great. He has a 3.3 ERA, but his record's only 9-8. Is there a reason? Do you think there's a reason why they're not hitting for him?
The Braves this whole year, the bats have either been hot or cold. That's the thing with them, and their lineup is so good. I don't really understand it because they are set up to be such a good team.
Yep.
But this season, for some reason, they're just really hit or either actually miss.
Yep.
But with you saying that, they have not been actually given free runs. But today, I actually think that they will. And for me on this game, I'm not going to go on the side here because Freed, ever since he's been back, he's kind of been up and down too. He's actually had a few good starts, but he's had a few not so good starts. And as far as walks, he has definitely had more walks. And what I'm going to go for here is actually the Braves bats, which as we just talked about, it's been a really hit or miss. But in this certain spot, I actually do like them though. As actually far as actually Jake Irvin goes, they faced him actually not that long ago, and they got actually 2 runs from him then. And with seeing him so actually close now, I think that they're going to have the chance to actually get more than that. And actually, Irvin, in his 2 starts since seeing the Braves, he's given up 7 runs and actually then 6 runs. So he's definitely not in actually good form.
Yep.
Today just seems like the day that the Braves bats are actually just going to bust out. And I like them specifically in the first 5. There's how I'm going to go here.
Okay.
The full game, I also don't actually mind that, but I do like the value that we're getting on the Braves. Their first 5 team total over 2.5. You can get that at plus 120 still.
All right. I like that a lot. And you made a lot of great points about Jake Irwin. And then you take a look at how he's done as a home pitcher this year, which is the situation that he is in tonight. He is a record of 2-8. They have not won ball games when he has started. When they are home, he has an almost 5 ERA. And you put it perfectly when you're looking at his most recent performances. They've lost the last 3 that he has started. So this team is not winning ball games when he starts, especially when he's at home. He has that 2-8 record. They just have not been too good. So to me, I do think that this is going to be a Braves play, but I'm not comfortable playing the juice or anything like that straight. So this is the first leg of my daily parlay. When we get to best bets, I will give out the second leg of the daily parlay. We're not covering that game. That is the second leg, but I will be covering that for sure. Going over to the comments, we have Freeze in here. Team total over 2.5. I definitely like that as well. And Freeze is saying, let's get it. Thank you for dropping in, Freeze. We appreciate you. All right, JD, let's keep it moving right along to the third game we have on the slate. Unfortunately, it is the Kansas City Royals taking on the New York Yankees. Last game absolutely sucked. There's no other way to put it. If you took the over like I did, the Yankees just did not show up. We got the run support we needed from the Royals, but the Yankees, like we keep saying, just did not show up. But we do have a decent matchup today. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Ragans. Ragans is coming in 11-9 on the year with a 3.3 ERA. On the other side, we have Luis Gil. Gil has been the Yankees' best pitcher, in my opinion. He's coming in 13-6 with a 3.2 ERA. JD, question for you. Are the Royals going to continue this form of winning road games? We all know they're a below 500 team on the road this year. They're 35-36, but they had a pretty good performance last night. Does that continue into today, or is it back to the Yankees side?
I would like to see them do actually that. I'm really not sure if they will, though, because as a road team, just actually the whole season, they have really not been good. But this is a game that you actually as an actual Yankees fan, I really want to kick this back to you because the model here is telling me, as far as the Yankees go, it is telling me to bet them. It is like actually everything to me is like pointing them, but currently I don't think I can trust them. So I just wanted to ask you, like, do you actually think this is a spot where we can?
Yeah, so unfortunately, you know that I don't usually like to back the Yankees because I am a fan of them, but the current form that they are in, they are doing a pretty good job. They have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the last 6 games. The offense has been hot. That was the first game yesterday where we really didn't see the offense come to life, but this is a really crucial game for the Yankees today. Let me see exactly the standings that we are sitting in against the Orioles because the Orioles won again last night. And yes, the Yankees are a half a game up on the Orioles. We are getting into crunch time here. The Yankees need to win these series. They cannot win this series if they do not win today, and they need to win their home games to secure the first position in the AL East. So I know I don't like to take a lot of Yankees plays often, But here is one where I'm actually backing the Yankees. I do think they are going to win today, and I know it's a little juicy. It's coming in at a minus 145 currently, but Luis Gil at home has been fantastic all year long, and the Yankees should be able to get it done. I do expect the bats to come alive, and I'll let it out a little early. This is going to be one of my best bets, and if you watch this show often, you do know that I do not take the Yankee side frequently. The plays I usually like to target on Yankee games are the overs because the Yankees do, in my opinion, have a bottom 10 bullpen in baseball. They give up a ton of runs, and they have a very strong offense, so they get a lot of runs. So you'll see on this show, JD and myself frequently take Yankees overs. They are the third best team in baseball at games going to the over, which backs up everything I've just said. However, in this spot today, Luis Gil on the bump, and with Reagan's on the bump for the Royals, I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, and the Yankees edge this one out somewhere in the 4-3 range, 5-4 possibly, which would still go over, but I think it has a better potential of the Yankees winning this and this one staying low. So give me the Yankees in a minus 145. It is a best bet for me. Okay. What does that do for you?
Like I said, everything points to Yankees to me. I haven't bet them yet. I might add them though. Because like I said, everything for me points to them. And like you said, you normally do not actually back them. So for me, there definitely actually says something. So I just might add them.
I think it's a good day. I really do. They haven't won a lot of series before the last couple. They really struggled in August and kind of towards late July, but they have gotten the ship righted. They finally have made the right roster decisions where they've called up Jason Dominguez, and I think it's going to start paying dividends for this team. I think they are going to continue to win in the month of September, and I do think that they will win the AL East. Yesterday on the show, we did talk about our future World Series predictions, our World Series winners. So if you were not here and you're probably sitting here saying Alpha's a Yankee fan, he thinks they're going to win the AL East and probably the World Series. No, I do not. I'm big on the Phillies this year. I think the Phillies are the best team in baseball, and I think they do get it done. However, to today's specific spot with the Yankees, they should be able to win with Hill on the bump. All right, JD, let's move on. Nobody wants to hear me complain about the Yankees anymore. We're going to go to the Padres versus the Mariners. Pitching for the Padres is Michael King, former Yankee. I had to say it after we kind of went in that way. He's 12-8 with a 3.1 ERA. On the other side, Woo is back. JD Brian Woo is pitching. He's 7-2 with a 2.3 ERA. We have frequently backed Woo on this show, and it has provided some good winnings for us. Any action from you in the Padres Mariners tonight?
Yeah, just like you said, we have definitely backed Woo quite a bit. But his form lately, I really don't like. Like he hasn't had any like really bad games, but just how everything is, and actually, like as far as his actual metrics go over the past really 4 to 5 games, I really haven't liked. And then you have actually Michael King on the other side, and that is also somebody I've actually backed a lot. And the difference in this game is Woo, just like I said, I really don't think he's in. I really don't think Woo is in actually that great of form. Michael King is. So you give me that, and then as far as the offenses go, you can give me the Padres offense here. You can give me a money line on the Padres at actually minus 108. I think that's a cheap price. I have it around minus 142. So I think it's a cheap price on them.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot, right? Because, JD, what do I always tell you? What's the specific line I look at when I'm looking at totals?
Yeah, flat.
This one's 6.5. Not even flat. This is below a 7. And you know me, when it's a super low. I mean, this game has to be 3. If this game goes 3-3, it's a free win on the over because someone has to win it. You know I love these 6.5 lines, and it's exactly what I'm playing here. I know Woo has been great this year. Michael King has been great as of late. But once this game gets to the bullpen, we only need a 3-3 ball game to get over the 6.5 total runs. A lot of people will see that this is such a low game, 6.5, see these two pitchers and go, oh my gosh, we're going to have to slam the under here. It's so low, it's going to go under. These are the exact type of games I target for overs. I will let this out early. This is a best bet for me, and this is a strictly numbers play for me. These lines at 6.5 go over more than any other total number, and this is exactly what I love to see. So we're all over the over at 6.5. It's a little juicy. The over is currently sitting at minus 120. It's juiced on that over, but we're still taking it. And like I said, I will let this out early. It's definitely going to be a best bet for me. JD, we have a big crowd today. We have about 650 people here already. We're only at 12:15, and we're moving on to our last breakdown. It is going to be a quicker show because you do have JD and Alpha doing a little two-man game today, but don't worry, you guys will not have to look at just the two of us. We have a special guest for tomorrow, so just make sure you guys are tuned in for that. But let's keep it moving right along, JD, to our final breakdown of the day, which is going to be the Cubs at the Dodgers. This has been an interesting series, just to say the least. I mean, these teams have been putting up runs in a big way, and the Cubbies have won the first two ball games. If anyone would have expected that coming into this series where the Cubbies are essentially dead, I think most people would say you would probably not be right, but that's exactly how it's been playing out. 2-0 Cubbies in this series. Last night they won the game 6-3. Game before they won 10-4. So the Cubbies bats are hot. Let's see today if Bobby Miller can slow them down. So the pitching matchup, like I said, is going to be Bobby Miller for the Dodgers. He's 2-4 with a 7.79 ERA. Don't know if he's going to keep him down with those numbers. On the other side, Jordan Wicks is pitching for the Cubbies. He's 2-3 with a 4.0 ERA. JD, you've been reading this series better than anyone. I can guarantee you that. You have nailed the first two predictions you've had on this one. So what do you think is going to happen in the third game?
Yeah, the Cubs have won the first actually two games, like you said. I believe this is the last game of their series. So the Dodgers are actually trying to not get swept here. I think the pitching matchup for them are they should be able to actually get runs. This is a game where I am expecting them to do well. But then on the other side, I am expecting the Cubs to once again to be able to put up runs. Just like we've said on actually every game here for actually the past two games, the model as far as totals goes, it is Dodgers games. It has been so good. The total for tonight's game, I have at 10.6 runs. So actually, just like I've said before, when I have an actual Dodgers total with an actual variance like that, that is just a blind bet. But for this game, it's not just a blind bet. I actually like it for lots of reasons here. And yeah, you can actually get an over 9 and actually at looks like a plus 100 now. And this is my favorite bet.
JD, you've been spot on with this series. Every game you've come on here and you've told us there's going to be a ton of runs. You've told us that your model has that big variance, and you keep hitting. How can I go against you? When we were going over which games we wanted to break down today, I did see we were going to be going over the Cubbies and the Dodgers. And when I looked at that total and the starting pitching matchup, just had an inkling that this was going to be your play. I see it the exact same way you do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. These games keep going comfortably over, and I think we're going to continue to see that. This pitching matchup is atrocious. Neither of these guys have been particularly great. Wicks has been okay. He's 2-3 with a 4.0 ERA. You take a look at a guy like Bobby Miller, who has an atrocious 7.8 ERA. I know he's pitched better at home, which is the spot he's been in, but he's going up against an offense that's hitting the ball well right now. We say on this show all the time, a lot of teams continue their trends in the later part of the year. I do think the Cubbies offense will finish this series on a high note. Give me the over. I see it the exact same way you do, and I also have the odds of over 9 at plus 100. JD, before we get into best bets and before we go into a couple promotions that Moneyball Metrics has right now, we do want to go over our daily outlier play of the day. Guys, if you've been following this show, this is the third day we're doing our daily outlier play of the day. JD, in our first 2 days, how many have we gotten wrong?
0.
That is a big fat 0, guys. So if you're not checking out these outlier prop plays, we've been giving you guys some winners, and today's winner is going to be Miguel Rojas over 0.5 singles. He needs one single tonight, and this has hit in 4 of his last 5 games, or I'm sorry, 5 of his last 5 games, and has hit in 80% of his last 10, as well as 80% of his last 20. In his last 5 games, you could see from the chart right here, I'm circling it on my screen, which I know is not showing it to you guys, so I'm an idiot, but these green lines right here show you exactly how many singles he's gotten, and Rojas continues to get singles. What are the current odds that we have on that, JD, if you scroll up for me?
That is at minus 115.
Thank you, sir. Minus 115, and that is what we are taking to go 3-0. Guys, if you cash this outlier play with us, join Outlier. It's not very expensive. We post a link on MoneyBall Metrics all the time, so make sure you guys check them out. It is the #1 source for finding prop plays, and we love that they give you how each player has done in their last 5 games, in their last 10 games, in their last 20 games, how they've done against a specific team, how they've done against a specific pitcher. If you're an analytics guy like us, this is the tool for you. You can really dive in and find a ton of information about props that you're just not going to be able to get anywhere else. So check out Outlier. It's an awesome program, and they're great people over there. And that's our official Outlier play. JD, before I go into best bets, I do want to let everyone know that Moneyball Metrics does have a new package. It's already posted on the Moneyball Metrics Twitter page. It's completely free to join. You can get JD's max plays. And JD, is it 7 in a row that we've hit? We're going for 8 in a row?
7, yep.
7 in a row, max plays going for 8 in a row. Is today's already posted in there, or is it coming later today? It's already posted, guys. The link's posted. It's free to join. 7 in a row. Y'all know what JD does on this show. Y'all know what he does in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. Y'all know what he does on Twitter. Make sure you guys check it out. It's a completely free package to join. It's already posted on the Moneyball Metrics Discord Twitter page. So go over there, go get those. And JD, the people that are still here are waiting for one thing. And it is going to be our best bets. JD, I know I keep talking about you, but how can I not right now? I believe you've swept 3 straight best bet shows. Is that correct? Yes. So we're going for 4 straight best bets. JD, I've already played the little graphic. Should we make the people wait for yours and I'll go first, or do you want me to go? What should we do here?
You know what? I am actually going to go ahead and do it now.
Let's go. Let's go.
First one, let's go to that Braves and Nationals game. Let's go to the Braves. First 5 team total over 2.5 at plus 120. Then let's go to that actually last game again. Let's go to the Cubs and the Dodgers. Let's play the over 9 there at plus actually 101. I'm actually seeing now. So
line's getting better. Plus what from plus 100 to plus 101. Y'all got him again. JD's going for his 4th consecutive best bet sweep. Let's get it, brother. I'll dive into mine. Guys, I told you first how I was doing mine. I had a parlay for you. The first leg was going to be the Braves money line. The second leg is the Phillies money line. You can get the parlay at a plus 130. I do think both teams win rather easily today, and that's exactly what we're playing. Yet again, it's the Braves money line, Phillies money line. Parlay comes in at a plus 130. My second favorite bet today is going to be that over in the Padres Mariners. It's a strict numbers play, over 6.5. We could see this game go 3-3, and if we see this game hit 3-3, we've already won because someone's going to have to win this game. So give me the over 6.5 in the Padres versus the Mariners. Should I give him a third, JD, or should we stick at 2?
Do it.
All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's the first time on the show, JD. We've been doing this show for 3 months now. This is the first time I'm giving out the Yankees on the money line. I don't do it often, but tonight's the day. Luis Gil is going to get it done. The Yankees are going to get it done, and we're going to continue cashing. JD, we have just about 1,000 people who are still with us. We had an awesome turnout for a Wednesday MLB show. We appreciate every single one of you for being here. Remember, guys, to check out Outlier, check out JD's Max Plays, all posted on the Moneyball Metrics Discord. On their Twitter. I keep saying Discord. It's on the Twitter. And, guys, while you're at it, join the Moneyball Metrics Discord. It's completely free to join. Get in there. Come hang out with us. You can ask me questions. You can ask JD questions. You can ask a bunch of people in there. It's the best community in sports gambling out there. It just is, period. So come join us. Let's keep cashing, and let's continue. JD, I will see you tomorrow, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Have a good one, everybody.